Hello, loves. Happy 100-year anniversary of Black History Month. And we're going to celebrate by doing some Did You Know? Did you know? Let's talk about Josephine Bakers. She was an entertainer and a French resistance activist. She started her dancing career locally, where she quickly became the highest paid chorus girl in vaudeville. She was the first Black person to become a world-class dancer and a star in a major motion picture. In 1937, she renounced her U.S. citizenship after marrying a Frenchman. She aided the French resistance during World War II. She became close friends with actress Grace Kelly later in life. After a racial incident at Sherman Billingsley Stork Club in Manhattan, she was a civil rights movement contributor. She refused to perform for segregated crowds, and she spoke at the March on Washington by the side of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now let's talk about Laura Adorkor Kofi. She was a minister and activist that worked to empower Black people around the world. In the early 1920s, she immigrated from Ghana to the U.S. so she could join the Black nationalist movement, where she became a spokesperson and director of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. She founded the African Universal Church after splitting from the UNIA and took on the spiritualist role as Mother Kofi. She attracted audiences in the tens of thousands when speaking and giving sermons about the opportunities available to Black people if they moved to Africa. The person who unalived her was beaten till they were unalived by a crowd of followers. Now let's talk about Leymah Roberta Gbowee. She was a Liberian peace leader and woman organizer. In 2003, she collaborated with future Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to enable free elections. She worked in trauma healing to help rehabilitate child soldiers who were affected by years of war in Liberia. Gbowee Women's Peace Movement used non-traditional tactics such as smack strike, threats of curses and nudity in the streets, to bring an end to the Second Liberian War in 2003. In 2011, she was co-awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for her role in peace-building efforts, nonviolent struggles for women's rights. Let's talk about Mary Church Terrell. She was an educator and activist for both civil rights and women's rights. She was one of the first African American women to earn a college degree. Terrell's parents were both former slaves who used their freedom to become small business owners in Memphis and encouraged their daughter to get an education. She married an attorney, Robert Terrell, who would eventually become Washington, D.C.'s first Black judge, and he encouraged his wife to become involved in women's rights. In 1896, she co-founded the National Association of Colored Women as a way to encourage African American women to get involved in winning the right to vote. She took on Jim Crow laws in the South. During the 1950s, she helped desegregate restaurants in Washington, D.C. Each of these beautiful Black sisters that you didn't know much about. And what did you learn about them? Share your thoughts. Let me know.